One, two, one, two, one, two. Bear Truth, we in the building. What's happening, y'all? I know a lot of people is probably watching the Chiefs and the Bengals get down. So I don't know. Whoever in here, you in here. If you ain't in here, we'll catch up with y'all later on. What's going down? Another Sunday, man. Salute to all the real ones. Yeah, I ain't seen nobody jump in here yet. Okay. Local Los is on deck as always. You dig what I'm saying? What's up, bro? Just chilling, man. Yep, yep, yep. Um, man, it's a good Sunday. I had a good day at church. Shout out to Shay. Shay popped up to church today. Last time I seen her online, but she actually popped up today. They did some guests, and so Shay was in the building, and it's a good thing to see like some new people come through there and be blessed. Man, had a good day at what is it, Mount Sinai Church of God in Christ. They had me reading the mission statements today, so they putting me to work in the church, man. So I kind of like it though. You know what I mean? It felt like we did so much work for the enemy out in the streets that why wouldn't I go to church and turn up for God? You know what I mean? I'd be a fool not to do that. You dig what I'm saying? The same energy and effort I gave out there in the streets, same energy and effort I'm gonna give to the church. That's my word. So shout out to Pastor Livingston for looking out for me. Pastor Nunn, Deacon Nunn gave me just a little minute little piece. Stand up here and read this today. And so, hey, man, it felt good just to be a part of the church. Um, got a couple of birthdays. I want to shout out my birthday to my little sister LaChaney in Chicago, my big cousin Cookie that's in Naptown, and happy birthday to my auntie Marianne, man. Love you to death, auntie. And I hope you had a good day. I know you was at a repast and a funeral yesterday, so hopefully y'all can get together and make it up like later on this month or something and do something special. I know, you probably don't really take it too seriously, but we really want to thank God for you being here on this earth, man, because you've been a blessing to so many of us. So happy birthday to my auntie Marianne, my big cousin Cookie. Haven't got a chance to holler at you, but and to my little sister Cheney down in the shop. And so today, man, I'm keeping in with the theme. Remember we started off the ingredients of family, and today was part three. It was called Unplanned Blessings. And I wanted to introduce somebody that was real special to me, man. It was my baby mom. And man, she's from Waterloo, but like me and her, man, we done been through so much, you know what I mean? And together we created a beautiful son, you know what I mean? A lot of times y'all see me talk about my son. Remember his birthday? I gave him a shout out from the card, was just proud of all the stuff he's doing. I'll touch a little bit about up on what he be doing, like, as far as like the music, because he always giving me tips and pointers like for business and everything like that. But today, man, I wanted to just sit down and chop it up with her and just hopefully, let her know how much of a blessing she is to me and how much, what I mean, I'm so proud that me and her created a son. That God was, he chose us to bring Dejan into this world. And so the title of it was Unplanned Blessings because at the present time, me and her wasn't like a couple. We was just friends and we created a son. But through that son, what I mean, her family turned out to love me. She done been to Indianapolis and met my family loved them. And so, and sometimes that's how it goes. So I'm gonna bring her in, and then anybody got anything that they want to comment on, we're gonna touch up on some stuff that maybe you might be going through. So without that said, Jody Love, what's up, baby?
Hello. Hey, baby.
What's going down?
What's good?
What you doing over there?
I told you I'm working on an order.
On a
I'm
cake?
working on an order. Yeah, I got a 4-tier cake that's due. So I'm just over here working on an order while I was waiting on you.
Okay, but listen, but while you down there in the H town and you got that new business thing going on, give me a little bit behind that. What is that? Because when you sent me the email, it was like sweet cupcakes and
The
chops or
Sweet
something and more.
Spot and Cupcake Shop. I do custom cakes. 6 years now. But I do pretty much everything sweet. So I do like candy, cupcakes, chocolate covered Oreos. Like with your edible printer. I do a little bit of everything. So anything sweets, I do it. Valentine's Day, I do the Valentine's boxes with, you know, like ladies, roses, chocolate covered strawberries,
Right.
you name it.
But don't you be putting like liquor and stuff into some of it?
Oh yeah, I do infused strawberries, you name it. I've been doing this about
Infused
6 years,
strawberries?
but then I also infuse strawberries. Yeah,
Like what?
but I
What we
also
what's
work
goes
full
in them?
time as a X-ray tech as well. So
But I'm saying, what do you put in the strawberries? What's in them? Can you put ecstasy in them?
whatever kind of I ain't gonna do all
Come through with
I
some
put whatever
strawberries and
kind of
and really
alcohol.
get it cracking. Put some
No, we ain't gonna
codeine
do
in
all
them.
that. I do what's legal. I ain't trying to
Oh,
get
okay.
my. I done did a
Loco Lo said
360.
nice, some
I ain't that
Patron.
person I used to be.
Oh yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that. On what we
Oh
used to be.
Lord.
Man, we was damn near like a Bonnie and Clyde. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, the business was pumping, man. And even when I was in the joint, I heard so much about it. About the business and what you was doing down there. I remember you even one time, you even make your own sprinkles too, don't you?
Oh yeah, I do custom, and then I go over all over like the United States. Like I was in Atlanta last year. I went to New Orleans back in June, and so like if there's like a baker retreat, it's usually like 300 bakes, and then I'll go and sell them cake supplies and stuff. I had a cake supply store, but work just got to be too much. I was working literally 7 days a week, running
Right.
myself into the ground, kids. So it was just too much.
Okay.
So I
I
had to
can
let the
dig it.
storefront go.
But at the end of the day, though, still you're a black entrepreneur, man, and shit. I compliment, you know what I mean. I commend you just on that. You know what I mean, and doing something at a business, because I know y'all was all down in New Orleans with that thing, weren't y'all? Like over the summertime. Where did you go in the summertime? I
I do.
seen
I
you
do a
somewhere.
little something every. Huh?
Like I was saying, in the summertime, your voice is cutting in and out. I seen you. I posted something. You was somewhere like at like an event or something like that.
New Orleans. There was 300 bakers. There's a lady out of Dallas. Her name is. She does. Like as far as baking. On the Food Network, and so she thought to make a retreat for it started retreat, but it kind of branched out into everybody. But she did it specifically because market for us out there, and there's no name for us out there. Like you see, other nationality. You don't see a lot
Right.
of black people. So um, I was in New Orleans for the brown sugar cake thing. I actually went as participant in 2017. That's how I found out about it. And then I linking up with them, and I do a vendors table where I sell other bakers cake supplies. I do Cake and Trap King out of Atlanta. Well, he's based out of Atlanta every year. So I was down there this year as well. The next year they're moving to. So I haven't
They're
decided
moving
yet
where?
what I'm
Say
going
that
to.
again.
The, uh, moves all over the United States. Like one year was in Atlanta, one year was in Dallas, New Orleans, and then next year she's moving to. She's going to do it in San Diego, but she
Okay.
just kind
Okay. Out in
of.
Cali.
So we may or may not do San Diego, but it's a you can do like Cake and Trap Day event in 4 hours. We made like the 3 day event. We made $3,500 in 3 days. So
Right.
we just kind of sell cake supplies to other bakers like myself.
Yeah. Local Los, he chimed in. He said your voice is skipping. I don't know what it probably might be. Is it the laptop? You on a laptop?
I don't know my laptop. Would let me on here on my lap, so I'm actually on my phone. This is like a big dungeon.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a modem upstairs and a modem good internet service because this house is just so damn big.
Right. Right. Yeah. Y'all down there doing big things. Um. Another thing too, man. Commend you on the wedding. You dig what I'm saying? I heard about the wedding and stuff like that. But something that's crazy about the wedding. You're married to the plug. Yeah, to the plug. You dig what I'm saying? You married to the plug. Straight up. You know what I mean? And that was our plug. You dig what I'm saying?
We don't
But
talk
listen,
about that anymore.
um, okay, so I just wanted to really like, you know what I mean, get you a part of the show. And you know, I'm so proud of DJ, man. You dig what I'm saying? Dude, he done gave me like so many tips, like far as like with the barbershop, getting my LLCs and stuff like that. He's doing the photography. He's doing the videos. He's trying to do the clothes. The guy do so much, and then not only that,
Yes,
he got custody of all three of his kids. You dig what I'm saying? And so,
I had them babies over the summer, and I love my grandkids, but I got about 10 new grandkids. Because man, I commend him as a young man, to be yourself. That's something a lot of women can't do. So yeah, I commend him. He's a
yeah, yeah, I take my
young
hat
man,
off to him.
I should say.
Yeah. Um, you know, and the reason why I really wanted to bring him up, and one of the reasons why I named the show today Unplanned Blessing, is because, when DJ came about, me and you wasn't together as a couple. You know what I mean? Me and Venice, we had went like on a little hiatus. You know what I mean? I think we had broke up. You was like my little summer girlfriend. You come down from Waterloo with Jeannie and stuff, and we hang out, do the house parties, and then go over to my sister's house. You dig what I'm saying? And she didn't know,
Yeah,
because she was at what was it? She was in the army, so she would be at like basic training or something like that for the National Guards, man. And we would just chill out at her crib. You remember I used to give Jeannie and Dre a room, and me and you would have a room and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, I mean, like
hot mess.
yeah, we was hot and mannish. You dig what I'm saying? Acting grown. You dig what I'm saying? And so this is how it played out on my end, right? Um, Okay, so we was at a house party. Her friend Didi came back to me, and Didi was like, Shalon is pregnant. And so I'm like, okay. So this was the summer of '92. So it's like, damn. All right. So I got to try to track her down, because we had kind of had like a little argument. We fell out. So now I got to try to track her down and make this right. Like, okay, she about to have my baby. Let me see what's up. So once I square this away, I shoots off to Indianapolis so I could try to find me like a little job so I could try to stack me some money for the baby. You dig what I'm saying? And so while me and her talking about the baby, all of a sudden she get to saying, "There's this girl that's in Waterloo, and she says she's pregnant by you." And I'm like, "No, she ain't." Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Nah." And I didn't want to believe it. You know what I mean? And so I didn't know what was going on, but I mean, I'm just saying. So I think Jeannie might have been telling her. You know what I mean? So when did you find out that you were pregnant with Dejan? And how did it play out on your end?
Born in '93, so
Yeah, he was born
yeah,
April of
summer of like
'93.
'90. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But with Danny as well, my ex, and so originally, it was an odd situation. I wasn't 100% sure because he was working for his dad's company, and so when I got pregnant, I just honestly believed that you know it was Danny's, but the dates wasn't dating, wasn't matching up, and so then I realized, hey, you know, um, but yeah, I guess like maybe like the summer of '90, end of '92.
Right. And so, yeah, because I remember being in Nap, and then I remember Nubia being born. I came back when Nubia was born, and then I shot back out to Indianapolis. And then shortly after that, like in January, that's when Venice got to calling me on the phone, and she was just like, you know, you got a baby on the way. And I'm like, what is you talking about? And she was just like, so she had people that knew Jeannie, because all of us went to school. And so I think Jeannie might have, what I mean, probably like let a mutual friend know. Yeah, it's a lot going on over there, ain't it? I hear it.
That's my husband.
Right. All right. And so what was happening is I guess Jeannie or somebody must have let her know, what I mean, what was going down. And then that's when she came to me. And so when you found out about Dejan, how did that play out with you and Danny?
um, like I said, originally I thought that he was Danny's son, and then as I got further, I realized that the dates wasn't dating. Then I honestly I didn't tell, and I knew like once before I had him, of course, I was like okay, I gotta come in. Originally Danny was mad. He stopped talking to me, but me and him had been in school, so he came back like, hey, we're gonna be together regardless. I think Danny was cheating on me at the same time, so whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But I will say we was on a high, John, but then we got right back together. But it's like we got two dads that love him, and
Yeah, I
it
has
is what
always
it
taught
is.
him that though. Yeah, but one thing I want to commend you on because I tell you the first time that I seen Dejan, I used to chase that music thing, and y'all was down in Atlanta. Y'all was actually doing some stuff with some people like Jazzy Faye, and I know y'all was doing something with Too Short and stuff like that. And I remember I came down there for the Freaknik, and I think it was the Freaknik of '94 or '95. '95, I think. I think it was the Freaknik of '95.
I think it was 94 because I was out in Colorado in 90. I moved to Atlanta towards 95.
Okay.
But
And
yeah,
then,
I used to work for MC Breed.
yep, right.
Yeah, and we was Jazzy was like a brother to me at the time. So it just didn't pan out.
Right. A- And but you know what? I remember coming down there to the ATL and Dre, all of us had went to the Freaknik. We came down there. And so y'all all had an apartment together. And so Dre kept on saying, "Hey man, we're gonna slide over Jeannie in them house." And she said her cousin is over there. And they said that the little
On
boy
High
is the
Mill Road.
Oh man, you dig what I'm saying? It was like, so it's super weird because we down here for the Freaknik. We supposed to be down here partying. So now we about to go over to this house where somebody is like, okay, you got a son over there. And I'm like, nah, that ain't my son. Because I didn't think like, like, no, man, it wasn't nothing like, I think it might have happened when we was up there doing the show for Twister. When we was in the room, or what I mean, when we was up there
Yeah.
that weekend, when we came to Waterloo for to do the show for the tongue twister. And then I went back, but make a long story short, it's like we popped up over that house, and then so I don't know if it was Nitra. Somebody went to the back and got him and walked him out there to the front, and it was just like this little nigga looked just like Nubia, like the same hands, the same
No,
feet,
he
the
looked just
same
like
shaped head.
you.
But I mean, both of them had, what I mean, they had that head, they had that nose, both of their hands matched, their feet matched. Because remember when you brought him over to the house the one time, and me and Venice was down in the basement with Nubia, and then they playing with each other. We looking at them like, man, this is crazy. Like you just knew that they was brothers and
Yeah.
sisters, but they was like 4 months apart too. So it's like Nubia is what, December the 29th of 92. He's April the 24th of 93. You dig what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it was like, and when I seen him, it was just like, man, I couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? But at that time, was you and Danny done? Because you know what I mean, when you was living in ATL, did y'all ever get back together? Because
No,
he's got Danny's last name, but I was just wondering how long was you and Danny together for that,
me and
for
Danny
his
was
birth?
together by like my 10th grade year, my 11th grade year, 12th grade year. We broke up. I moved out to Colorado, and so like we was split up. But then I came. We got back together, but it just it wasn't the same. And Danny a good dude. I have nothing. He takes care
Your voice is cutting in and out. I couldn't hear nothing that
out
you
for
just said.
Dejan, and
Yeah, your voice is cutting in and out.
but
I think I heard what you
the
said.
thrill was gone.
Right. But at the end of the day,
Now,
I will commend Danny though too. You dig what I'm saying, for the things that he was doing, and even some of the things that he showed Dejan, because mm, um business savvy, Dejan got that brain. You dig what I'm saying?
yeah,
And that's them owning all the multi businesses and shit like that. Excuse my language. I'm trying to get the cussing out of there. I just
yeah.
went to church today too.
His dad
But
is a millionaire. His dad owned a gas station. He retirement homes in Waterloo where there's
yeah.
like 50 units on another. They owned a gas station. They owned a construction company. So he instilled a lot of that in Dejan. But then again, like, hey, we ain't no He got a lot of common sense from us too. And I've been running my
Yeah.
own business for 6 years. So
Right. But then there was some stuff, you know what I mean? I was telling my sister when she was on the show that was coming out. You dig what I'm saying? I was telling her one time I had called you and you was telling me how he had lost his cell phone in a dice game or something like that. And then I remember he had copped his own Air Force Ones like at about like 12 or 11 or 13 or something. He had been cutting grass, selling DVDs, and then he was just like, "Man, I took my money. I went and got me some Air Force Ones, but he had lost his cell phone in a dice game." And I'm like, "Man, that's that Grice coming out right there. That's Indianapolis
You
in
know,
you, sir."
at the age of 30, like he's never asked me for no money, nothing. He's always had like some kind of hustle about himself. So at the little Xboxes would get what I call the ring of death for the red ring. He would fix them up. They broke their screen on their phone. He would fix that.
Right,
He always he can take a whole computer apart, put the computer back together. Real curious kid and just real smart when it comes to stuff like that.
right,
Real
right.
genius.
Yeah, and definitely a hustler. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you a little bit about it. When I was in the joint, when I first caught up with him, everything that he was telling me he was doing, but then everybody in the joint, they was bragging on him because at one time, me, him, and Nubia all was locked up at the same time. So you know where they probably got that from. So you
Yeah,
didn't
that
say
was wild.
me, my daughter, and my son all are in prison. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. I wrote a poem about it one
Yeah,
time.
he didn't get
I'm
that
gonna let
from
somebody
me.
hear. Right, but you know what I mean. It is what it is. But
Look,
everybody that I ran
he didn't get
into,
that from me because I did my little stuff back in the day. I never
yeah, we did some stuff too. So I'll highlight that in a minute. But what I want to say is everybody that I
I'm
ran in.
losing your connection.
You said what? I can't hear you. You cutting in and out. Come on, man. It wouldn't be the bare truth if I don't
Cutting in
tell
and
that
out.
we was on our Bonnie and Clyde mission. I'm cutting in. No, you cutting in and out. But meanwhile, listen, everybody that I ran into, they always used to say Dejan was like, like, man, like they was like, dude got the green. They was like, he got the studio, he make beats. They was like, he walking around with a laptop, he always got his book bag, so he always got beats, he selling beats and everything. It was like, man, he do portraits and all kind of stuff. So I'm like, damn, this little nigga out here grinding. You know what I mean? So it was like, it
Yeah.
was proud to hear about him though, because anybody that I ran into from Waterloo, because they kind of deep in the joint. I used to always ask them about him. You know what I mean? Like, man, you know a dude named Dejan Stokes? And then I used to be like, yeah, Danny is his dad, but I'm like, I'm his biological dad. And people like, man,
Yeah.
y'all look just alike. Like, damn, that's crazy. I did not know. He's like, now that you say that, it's like, man, that is your dude. Like, you know what I mean? Tate, old
Oh
man
yeah.
Tate, you dig what I'm saying? So Tate used to see that, be like, man, that's crazy. He was like, I used to be up and close and personal with your peoples and them, man. He was like, that's your son, man. And so it was always good to hear about him, you know. And I know that we had went through one situation, and what I mean, I don't know if I ever told you this, but I apologize because I dropped the ball on that when you was going to court, and I know we didn't never really get a chance to talk about it, but at that time, man, I was doing so much drinking, and it's really no excuse because you had offered to come pick me up. You dig what I'm saying? You was like, if you don't got a
Yeah.
ride, let me know now, and I'm come down there and get you. So when we get ready to go to court, and I think I could have got over that hump. You dig what I'm saying, and helped you out in that situation because you know what I mean. I got to thinking like, well, I don't got no credentials. Like somebody, I don't know where I was sitting at and who I was with. You know how you get high and you get drunk, you start listening to ignorant people, and they sense start making sense to you. So you get to thinking like, man, you ain't got no job. You can't prove that you got no job. You go into court and they gonna try to take him and they gonna try to put him in a foster home and stuff like that. So I'm like, man, shit, I'm about to stay out of this. You dig what I'm saying? And
You know,
so that's what it was. And it's like, man, nah, but I'm just saying I dropped the ball because sometimes it's like this. Dejan is my only biological son. You know what I mean? And sometimes it makes you feel like, man, I know he's mine, but you kind of wish that he had that last name, like, because that's the guy that's gonna carry that torch. You know how it goes from even in the Bible, you know what I mean? So sometimes it eats me up. And I just had to like get that off my
yeah.
chest and let you know. I knew I dropped the ball on that one though. And so it was like sometimes it hurt, but like you said though, you got to take your hat off to Danny. Danny's a good dude. You know what I mean? Far as with Dejan.
I mean, like I had a lot of so when I moved to Texas, the agreement was if he wanted to come down here with me. He said he wanted to stay in Iowa. So I talked to Danny about it, and Dejan was staying there. Well, once I got there, and once everything all came, you being his biological father or whatever, then I felt like Danny was on some vindictive. Basically, I got here, and then I got hit with court papers like, oh, by the way, like when that wasn't the case, because we had a whole conversation like, oh, he's going to stay here with you on your feet, you do whatever you need to do. And when I got here, yeah, I
Mm.
here, like I mean, I'm a hustler. I've always been a hustler, but I started from my ass off to get to where I am, because when I moved here, I was on Section 8, and so he used all of that against, it wasn't to the point where I even paid this man child support.
Right. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Because me and you had.
one year I wanted to like fire him up because they took that year. Like I was mad as shit. Like a whole, I think I had got like 5 all out. No, they took every dime of that shit for child support. So I feel men,
And
how
then
they
at the
be.
same time, I feel you because he didn't need it at all.
Oh no,
Dude is not
not at
hurting
all,
for
not at all.
nothing. He didn't need it for
It was
nothing.
vindictiveness. He was mad at me about the situation, and like I don't know if I've ever. Yeah, I did him dirty. Like I said, I moved to Colorado. I begged him to come to Colorado. I came back, and we had got back together for a little bit, but it just wasn't the same. So it like he kind of used Dejan against me, and I
Right.
thousands of dollars in courts, and the Iowa courts did me dirty as
Right.
hell.
But not
You know,
only that, you remember he took me to the bar. You remember he came and picked me up from Nietzsche's house one day that you was at work. Came and swooped me up, took me down to
yeah,
New World. We
and
went to New World in the afternoon.
try to talk to
Yep.
you about cutting me out
Yeah,
of my.
yeah, but no, listen, but this is what he was saying, and this is why I was saying I got a lot of respect for him, as far as the way that he treated me, because I don't know the behind the scenes between you and him, but like he took me to the bar, and afternoon. Looking back on it in hindsight, he kept on buying me drinks. You dig what I'm saying? He kept on buying me like Remy on the rocks. He was like, "Man, you want something to drink? Grab whatever." You dig what I'm saying? So me back during that time, I shit from the sun up to the sun down, I was getting it there. You dig what I'm saying? So if it's gonna be for free, I'm like Remy, another
Yeah.
one, the big guy. You dig what I'm saying? On him. You dig what I'm saying? But we was chopping it up. Make a long story short, and he was like, "You know something, man?" He said, "We knew that Dejan wasn't our son," he says, "our grandson." He says, "But Dejan was the first grandboy out of all of his sister's
Yeah.
kids and out of everybody." He says, "So his father just really took a liking, like he cuffed Dejan, you know what I mean? Like he's the first
Yeah.
grandson."
Like I
And so he
said,
was
I
just
never
like,
lied to him about it.
right,
I told him there's a hey, I don't think that he's yours, and he like I said, he stepped up as a man because me and him ended up getting back together, and he said no matter what, he my child, and I respect him for that. But then on the other hand, like looking back now, I have me and him are cool. I speak to him, he speak to me, but we had our issues back then too,
yeah,
because of the situation on his part, where like you said, he took you to the bar about cutting me out of my son's life. That's my child. There's that's gonna cut me out of my child's life.
right, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
No, because his conversation basically was like, yeah, man, you know, uh why don't me and you know what I mean, discuss stuff about like Dejan? And I think he was saying it on a level as far as like buying like school clothes and like doing stuff like that for him. And um, me, even my mom and them, you know what I mean? Like when Dejan used to come down here, when I used to just have like one-on-one talks with him, he wasn't nothing but like 8 years old. And I used to tell him all the time, I was like, you got the best of both worlds, you know what I mean? You got two dads. You dig what I'm saying? I'm like, Danny is your dad. I said, but I'm your dad. I said, I'm your dad biologically by blood. And I was just tell him, like, you know what I mean? I love you just as much as he loved you too. You know what I mean? And for a minute, I always got to give props to you and give you your flowers because no matter where I was at, you always made sure that I would see my son. You dig what I'm saying? No matter what, you would
yeah,
bring him. So soon as you find out, like I'm back in the Quad Cities or wherever I'm at, wherever the address was at, within like 24 hours, you would bring little dude to me and let me check him out, man. And so I appreciate that. But I remember one time on Father's Day, um, I had called Danny. I found this number through, remember how you used to do 411? I don't know, do they still got little stuff like that? Remember how information, how you used to be able to look people number up? I knew he was in Ames,
Star six
Iowa,
seven.
all types of little stuff with the house phone. So I found him, right? And so I had hit him up one time and I was like, hey man, Danny, I said, Happy Father's Day, man. And I said, listen, I said, I know, Dejan is staying with you. And I said, I'm pretty sure he's doing good. I said, I know you ain't hurting for nothing. I said, but is it cool? You know what I mean? If you let him in to let me know what he's like doing in school, like what his report cards is like, or like what he want on his birthday. Maybe I can grab him something too on his
Yeah.
birthday. Because after the conversation that me and him had at New World, when we sit at the bar, he he kind of opened up the door that made me feel like me and him can talk to each other about
Yeah.
Dejan. But then when that conversation came about, family kind of like went left. Fam was like, well, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. And then at the same time, I never took a blood test. So who's to say, what I mean, how much percentage of it is mine? So by this time I done got mad now. So now I'm at like 99.97% is me. Like what percent do you want? You dig what I'm saying? And then in return, yeah, that's what I said. Like
Yeah.
99.97% is me, you know what I mean, on the blood test. What do you want? And then
Yeah.
by my smart aleck mouth, he kind of took it out on you. And that's when you told me that he kind of hit you for the child support. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I said, it wasn't nothing, but I mean, looking back, it is what it is. Hey, it made me who I am, stronger, and shit, it is what it is. But it's like at the time, he didn't need. The boy been working for his dad's company since he was 15 years old. He ain't never
Right.
hurted for nothing. We had our own, had
Hmm.
moved out, and he paid all the bills. I paid my cell phone bill. That's it. So he wasn't hurting
Right.
for it. I understand he was hurt, and it was, he was bitter at the time and shit. What it is, I don't know. I got when I break off with them, they don't like me. Ain't my goddamn guts, but
But I mean, me, you always been kind of good, probably because we was never in a relationship, but it was always mutual
yeah,
love. Like you always had a crush on me.
boy, stop.
Didn't you? A
Quit
little
playing.
bit?
I mean,
Like
me and you was friends before we was anything else. So
But I'm
like we
saying, like,
always
every time you bring my
been.
son but, like, when you bring my son to see me, like, you would give me hugs and stuff and kisses. Like
I I
okay.
wanted I wanted you
No,
to know your
okay.
son.
I'm just BSing, no, but for real.
Yeah.
No, though, that was love, though, because remember, like, 99, though, when you came back and we reunited, it's like, man, we went on a Bonnie and Clyde type mission. You dig what I'm saying? We got some money for that summer, man. Was it 99 or 2000? Yeah, hey, no, you can't be like no, because we was getting that paper. Like
I'm a hustler,
like I got listen,
baby.
I'm a hustler and I'll admit, and I'm not proud of this. Like I got three kids and I got three different baby moms. When me and Venice was together, Venice used to come and get the money. You dig what I'm saying? Venice was always, she would take me out of town to pick up work. You dig what I'm saying? Me and you used to do numbers. Like we used to go get it, get dropped off at the trap, get rid of it, go back up, re up. Now I'm gonna tell you a true story, and it's not embarrassing, but I'm gonna tell you something because it's kind of funny that you are married now. I remember one time we was getting ready to go do something, and it was on a Sunday. So okay, the skit is okay. We're gonna get this little package from the Don, and we're gonna go back and we're gonna drop me off at my auntie's house. So I don't know if you was cooking or something. You went, you got the package, and you went and you was cooking, and then you jumped in the shower. I looked inside your purse. You had the Don, and you had the money. Still, you still had the money, and you had the Don. So okay, I'm putting two and I'm listen now. Listen, I'm putting two and two together, and I'm like, damn, here go all the bread. And I know what the bread looked like because I counted the bread out, and it's like it's us together. The dun is here, and the bread is still here. How did this happen? You dig what I'm saying? And now, how did it happen? Because that's your husband now. You dig what I'm saying? That is the love of your life, and I'm proud of you. But it's like, yeah,
That is the
yeah,
love of
the
my
dun,
life.
right, and that's the love of your life. That's your husband now. Yeah,
Because he always had a
yeah.
special.
You know what? I know that now. I'm in prison. They's like, oh, I heard she married such and such. I'm like, for real? Like, yeah. He just came home and they got a
Hey,
crib. They
hey,
doing good. They doing good down in such and such. I was like, for real? I'm like, lightweight steaming though. I'm lightweight. I'm like,
but
but you know what?
look here.
I listen, we wasn't together, so I couldn't be mad. And then at the same time, I was just like, okay, it is what it is. But I was like, yeah, I remembered
You
that and I never forgot that. So I just want you to know
yeah,
that.
but you remember them days. You used to make somebody want to go upside your head.
Hey, G Nice was just talking about it. Remember over there at Nitra's house, all the drinking and how we I don't know who CD that was, that Big
On
Pun.
the
And it's
stove.
so hard. And we did like 100 versions. We got so drunk and we was just everybody just out there just doing a old version like it's so
And
hard.
Frost.
But listen, Frost, oh man, listen, Frost. I haven't talked to him lately. Somebody told me that he was doing good, but I'm gonna tell you something.
I ain't talked to him.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's. Yeah,
I heard he was doing really good on the cooking, like a chef or something like
he
that.
was. I don't know what's been going on with him lately. I haven't talked to him.
Right. That yeah.
I can call it.
Lo said the big pun, but yeah. And so now just like Dejan, man, he got these beautiful kids. You dig what I'm saying? And I have yet to meet my grandkids, man. You dig what I'm saying? You said you had them for the summer. You said they something else, huh?
I say, boy, they kept me busy trying to find stuff for them to do, trying to keep them busy. And he got them suckers spoiled.
Man.
They rotten.
Yeah, that's what he said too. Like they can't do nothing without him. But I
Nope.
commend him for that, man, because um, like you said, it's a lot of women that don't do what Dejan is doing. And for him to be a father and hold down both of his sons and his baby girl, a little daughter, you know what I mean? And I seen the pictures of
Yeah.
her, man. She's so beautiful. Maylin, is that her name? Maylin or
Maylin
Maylene?
she's something else. She a monster. She repeat everything now. So you got to watch your mouth because she'll tell.
Right. How
She'll
old is she
cuss
now? Like two?
you out. She just turned two January. Yeah.
January
Just
what?
January 2nd.
Oh, okay. I thought you said
Just turned
6. I was about to say,
two.
damn, that's Grace's birthday. Yep, yep. And so I don't know, eventually I'm gonna get down there, but then my mom, she's having a 70th birthday party. And we're gonna try to do something for her down here. So I would really like to get Dejan down here. You dig what I'm saying? And maybe get the kids down here. So maybe if we take like some pictures or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that. That would be kind of cool. Cause we're gonna do it here at the house. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to chop it up with him and see what's happening. And G Nice, he watching the game, so I don't know what the score is, but it's tied up. But yeah, Kansas City Chiefs and the Bengals. But yeah, so he live in Kansas City now. And speaking of Frost, we're gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna bring something back to your memory that was so crazy. You remember how we used to go to New World, and then we used to get drunk and we come back to Nitra's house. And remember, I used to be like, man, it smell like a damn skunk over here. And you used to elbow me. You'd be like, shut up. Like, shut up. Go to sleep. Like, be quiet. And I'm like, wonder, like, what you elbowing me for? Like, man, it was like, so, so one time, me and Frost and G Nice was standing outside and we was drinking. So it was Frost's bright idea to go upstairs and to go to get outside the cold and go drink. And uh I don't know, he unrigged the door and man, Jody, I gotta tell you, we seen something that I don't think I was supposed to see. I'm talking
Nah.
you man, listen, it was
No, that
damn
wasn't
near like about
for your eyes.
man, listen, it was about like from that wall to that wall, like big trees with big lamps, and then it was like it was green. It was like they growing like real live green in here. Listen, have you ever been so scared that you lost your breath? Like you just like, hold on. Like we was drinking, my heart started beating real fast. I was like looked around. I was like, man, we ain't supposed to be here. We got the getting from up there. We got the wiping down doorknobs. I was like, no wonder she was elbowing me, telling me stop. You know what I mean? I'm like, it smelled like a
Yeah.
skunk. I was like, man, I seen that. I'm telling you, I never had a peaceful sleep no more over there. You dig what I'm saying? I always slept with my shoes on. Like, boy, it's gonna be some smoke if somebody see that. Like, man, G Nice reminded me of that. I'm like, oh my God. We used to have some fun back in the days. It was just like, I don't know. It's like when I look back on how we used to have fun, and then I'm looking back at Newbie and them now, I'm like, I can't really be mad at him because we was
Yeah.
kind of wild. You dig what I'm saying? We was wild, racing up and down the highway, doing our
Oh
thing. We
yeah.
was getting money, and we was drinking, and we was partying. And now, when you see them doing it, I think sometimes I be trying to. I guess I be trying to give it a game to kind of like save money and maybe save her some headaches, from what we did. But like, bro, man, I'm talking about coming up to Waterloo. It was the illest, man, straight up. And
Yeah.
then do you remember the first time Margot met me?
I can't remember, but
You try to in Remember you tried to introduce her to me and she didn't wanna meet me?
like
No, she
yeah, she
didn't
didn't
like
like
me.
you at all.
Hey, yeah, you remember what
Yeah.
she did? When I walked into the club and I tried to walk up and try to shake her hand, you remember she went inside her purse and pulled out her 25 and laid it on the table and showed me her gun and put it on the table and backed it.
That sounds like my
Listen, Margot,
man.
Margot
She was
was no punk. Margot took the gun out of her purse, put it on the table in the club, and laid it there and just bagged up. Was like, "Get away from me," and was serious. I'm like, "Whoa, what just happened? Like, what
yeah.
went down that bad?" But you know what?
It
Once we got in cool, and I remember I never forget when I broke bread over there and she cooked, and I went over there and I ate, and then after that, did I pull up and pick Dejan up for Thanksgiving or something?
probably she either like you or she don't like you. And once she get cool with you, she gonna be cool with you for
Oh
life.
man,
But
but once you get in, you in, and it's like, man, she the coolest in the world. Because I remember I used to sit on her porch and just chill. While I used to be at work. I used to have a
yeah,
Cadillac, and I used to just
cutting
sit
that
on the porch and man, like drink. I'm cutting in and out. You cutting in and
it's
out.
probably
That's your
my
service.
phone. Oh,
Yeah. But yeah,
janky
but then after
Verizon.
that, she got super cool. Actually, when I did the month of when I was going for Domestic Violence Awareness Month, she gave me like so much information. She sent me like so many pages and stuff like that. I wish I would have had Restream during that time because it would have been cool to get her on there and stuff like that. How is Margot doing right now? You talked to her today?
She's a social worker for 17 years, and she's a domestic violence survivor herself. Love him to death. He's a changed man, but he
Hmm.
was something else back in the day. So got some history and know some of that herself. But she's doing real good.
Right.
Me
Yeah.
and my mom are
And
still close. I talk to her like every other day or so.
yeah, and when she found me on Facebook, she ain't showed me nothing but love. Then she always telling me, you know what I mean, that she praying for me, keep going, and you know what I mean, just keep up what I'm doing and stuff like that. I hollered at Tink on the same thing. So, you know,
Yeah.
out of all of this, you know what I mean, even regardless if, we wasn't together in a relationship though, I really feel like your peoples is my family. Like if I went up to Waterloo, I
Yeah.
know Margot, yeah, I could slide through there and get something to eat. You dig what I'm saying? If anything, I was hurting or something like that, I know I could slide through there and holler at Margot. So when I was saying an unplanned blessing, that's a part of it too. You know what I'm saying? Because we did connect and stuff like that. So, and then they be asking about DJ too. My auntie and them, every time I go up there, they really thought he was gonna come down for the family reunion, but he was going through that little situation that he had going on, and so he couldn't really travel.
He blessed to have got out of that. So,
Hmm. Yep.
like
Mm.
I will definitely railroad you. Always get you off. So,
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah. So at the end of the day, man, how's Nitra been doing? I heard from her like I think at Christmas time or something like that. We wish each other Merry Christmas and stuff. Where is she at right now? In Austin?
she lives in Austin, Texas. She
Okay.
was down. My nephew got killed. She moved back to Austin, so she's been down there helping take care of her grandbaby. She's a licensed massage therapist now,
Okay.
and her and Vino
Yeah.
still together.
Oh, yep. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing good.
That's a blessing. And yeah, so uh, I'm definitely gonna try to this year make it a factor that you know what I mean to get with Dejan and to bump heads with him and them beautiful kids. You dig what I'm saying? And I haven't got a chance
Because
to
he's
meet
supposed
him,
to
but every time
be moving down here real soon.
I know he was telling me about that, about buying a duplex and living on one side and renting the other side. Something, man, that little dude is super smart. You know what I mean? And so when I be talking to him, it's just like it's a beautiful conversation though, because sometimes I be listening to him and he be talking and he be giving me tips and pointers, and I'm like, man, I really wish I had my head screwed on like that. You dig what I'm saying? When I was his age, and so. Yep, there go Local Los. Local Los said road trip. You know, me and him will ride anywhere. I don't think you met my man Carlos from Indianapolis, but yeah, he definitely down to do a road trip. So I don't know, man. If he come down that way, it would be kind of cool to see Nitra. But you know what I mean? Yeah. So I want to get him down here for my mom's thing, and I definitely want to do something with some music with him. You know, because I was thinking about doing a
Yeah.
birthday party, and I wanted him to kind of like do the videotaping and stuff like that. And so, he'd be busy, but he said he was feeling kind of sick and he had a boot on his leg or something like that. So how he been doing? He been better?
Yeah. He broke.
He broke his
He
foot
doing
at
good,
work?
but he broke his foot at work.
Right.
Huh?
Yep. Okay. But yeah, so um I just really wanted to bring this little situation up because it's a lot of people, man, that might have a situation similar to ours. You know what I mean? I think the biggest thing that I hate about it is that Dejan don't got my last name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing that kind of messes me up. But at the end of the day, he's mine. And then, sometimes I look back on the situation and I just think about how good Horse was to us. And so, that's how I look at Danny. You dig what I'm saying? Not my biological father, but Horse, was a what I mean, stand up dude. And today, the 29th, he's been gone 3 years. You know what I mean? He died 3 years ago
Yeah.
today. So, he loved the heck out of Dejan too. You know what I mean? Dejan used to follow him around, like, you know what I mean? And so Dejan really blessed. So he got all these grandfathers and stuff like that. Horace, my dad in Indianapolis, my dad used to have him counting money and stuff like that. Hey, do you remember when Dejan was like 8 years old? And we used to be out in Americana. And I used to have him like when cars used to walk past, I used to have him point at the
He
cars,
got a bad
and when the people look at him, he
action.
would go like this. He doing that little dance move where he do like this with his face. People be looking like, what the hell is that? I'd be like, get him, DJ, here they come. He'll point at the car and then he'll go like this. I'd be like, man, we used to have that little dude wild. And me and G Nice, man, I used to walk around Americana, man, had that little guy wildin', man. That's my man. And then you remember he had like the little silver tooth or something at the
Oh
top,
yeah.
and I had the gold grill. So people was like, dang, they all looking like twins. Like, so it was crazy, man. Like,
He
yeah,
had like 4 or 5 teeth in his mouth at like 5 months old. So by the time he had no prayer in the world but to get him capped.
right, right. Yeah. And so
My
um
youngest shoot had 4 teeth in her mouth.
she got gold teeth.
No, I said when she was like 4 teeth in her mouth.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, dang,
Yeah,
she got gold
they
teeth.
real advanced. They real advanced.
Yep, yep. And so, other than that, I just really wanted to just talk about it and bring it up. I really wish he could have got on there. He said he was sick. He wasn't feeling too good. I talked to him the other day on the phone. But in all, man, I just wanted to say, thank you. You dig what I'm saying? If I never told you enough, man, just thank you because of you, I got a son. You dig what I'm saying? And my son is awesome. You know what I mean? I mean, I love that little dude to death. And I'm so proud of him. He's so smart. He got that hustler's mentality in him. And at the same time, he got that business savvy in him. And so, man, I think he's gonna be great. You know what I mean? He's already doing great things right now. And I'm so proud of him now, the father that he is. But I really feel like, this little business move that he about to make next, I really think he excited about it. And so it's like this real estate thing. And then when he get back on top of that, this
Yeah.
videos and stuff like that, the music and shit. Somebody just came home was it Fox? Who just came home?
Devon, my nephew.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
one of them passed. One of the little guys passed. I remember him. You dig what I'm
Trayvon.
Trayvon. And that's who the
Yeah.
oldest grandson is named after, right? Yeah, I remember Trayvon.
This is
And then I
Javon,
seen
and
Shaq when I was in the
then
joint.
there's Trayvon. He mean, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I
like
hear
my
you.
son.
You going in and out. But like, yeah, so
I'm
Vonnie stayed in touch with me when I was in prison. And then I seen Shaq when I was in prison. Shaq came through when I was in prison. And then y'all got another little cousin by the name of Gucci. Dark skinned dude. Yeah, he was in there. His last name was Drain too. And he came through there. And so yeah, I heard about what's name. So it was like, yeah, you know, the situation that happened with Trayvon, that was that was sad, Y'all got another cousin
yeah.
that was down there too. So, but yeah, I got like about 10 minutes, and so I'll let you go and do your thing, and you was cooking. I just wanted to say, hey man,
This
thank
thing is
you.
cut.
Who I am or you are? Your
I
signal
don't
is
know if you
cutting
can
in
hear
and
me.
out.
It's like cutting in and nothing.
Yeah, you cutting in and
Can
out.
you hear me?
Probably because you're moving out. I can hear you now a little bit, but you look
Trying to
like
get
Diana Ross or something. You just keep moving and with the
somewhere.
hair. You dig what I'm saying? Like, remember that last chance, last chance. You remember Diana Ross with the last chance, like that's how you look like you going into the disco. Look, they right, hit the little, you know what I mean? There it is. Yeah, but
Stop being.
for real, for
No,
real.
the kids came in. So he was like talking and stuff. So I'm trying to get somewhere where like you
Yeah,
hear me and so.
you still cutting out, but yeah. CPT said Diana Ross. But yeah, but I just really wanted to get you on the show, man. You know what I mean, and just talk about it. It was unplanned. Blessings. You know, he definitely a blessing. Your family is definitely a blessing. Tink is a blessing. I heard from him. You know what I mean, but I ain't heard from him in a minute. But you know, I just wanted to let you know and give you your flowers, man, while you're here, man. That you're an awesome mother, man, and I appreciate you. You know what I mean. You gave me my only son, and you
I
married the
appreciate
plug,
it.
and you married the plug. That was low down right there. You talking about some
Hey,
married the
look,
plug.
man, don't you know what? Don't you
Yeah,
get me
man.
started because I remember that time when Frost went to the club, came back, and
And you
I
left
don't even
us,
know. No,
right?
yeah, cause
Yeah,
me,
you
I
left
don't,
us,
like
and we had to catch the Greyhound back
you know why. So don't go there with me.
because that girl. I don't even know who that girl was. Frost hooked me up with, and it wasn't nothing. But yeah,
Yeah,
you left it, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So then that means that you used to like me.
We was
Then,
lightweight.
so then that
No,
means
because
that you used to lightweight like me though.
we was lightweight trying to get back together. Did some
We was
bullshit with
trying to
that
put our
girl.
family together.
So
Yeah,
you,
because
you
Nubia
know
was hanging out
me.
with us, wasn't she? Nubia used to come
Rode out
down.
left your ass. I don't play that shit.
Yeah, you
I
sure
rode
left
out
me and
left you.
Waterloo, and we had to catch the
Yeah,
Greyhound
figure
back.
out
That
how
was
to
low
get
down
home.
though. That was low down though. But hey, man,
Hey,
we traffic a lot of stuff. Do you think that you kind of lightweight responsible for messing my life up, like a little bit?
nah. You
You
was
don't think so?
messed up before when I
You,
met you, man.
no, you weren't a bad influence on my life, like a little bit.
I mean, nah, cause
No, I'm just.
you was messed up.
What you
You
mean?
you was you was
No, I
doing
think we
some
both
bad
was
stuff
hustlers though.
when I met you, man.
No, we both was hustlers, and you had, yeah, you really did have like
But
a connect.
I'm gonna say this. I just thank the Lord for bringing me us to where I am now
Yeah,
because
and making us safe and sound for what we was doing. You dig what I'm saying? Up and
yeah,
down that
I
highway. You dig what I'm saying? Keeping us safe
I
because
was
that
doing
could have went
a
bad
lot of that I shouldn't been doing, and I just thank the Lord every day from bringing me from where I was
to where
to
you
where
are.
I work full time as an X-ray tech. I run my own business.
There it
I'm
is. Nice
living
crib,
good.
married. Yeah, yeah, man. That's what I'm trying to get to. Hopefully somebody will marry me one day. You dig? I don't know.
Somebody,
Straight up.
you seem like a decent
I'm trying to.
guy.
Man, I'm thanking
You'll
God too. God,
change your
listen,
life, get a
he
whole
lifted me.
360.
Yeah, you already know. He putting me back together too. You dig? So, right. I just left from church today giving him
Oh
praise and
yeah,
honor. You dig what I'm saying? You know, so I'm
same
next
thing.
up.
I like to give your flowers because I definitely commend you life around and like it ain't preaching about God right and stuff. And I commend you because boy, at one point in time you was a hot ass man. You else like you would get drunk and make somebody want to go upside your head.
Hey, you
But
know what I mean? Listen,
that's all in the
that's
past.
how I was. Yeah. Right, right. That was all that drinking. That's the reason why I don't mess with that bottle today. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And so, we live and we
I'm
learn. And
glad
so
you
I
don't
guess,
because
no, I don't. Yeah, I can't mess with that bottle. That's like and then at the same time, on our side of the family, it's a big issue. You dig what I'm saying? With me, my
it's a
father's
big
side
issue on my side
and my mother's
of the
side.
family.
Yep.
Yeah, I,
Yeah.
I got several people in my family that's done drank themselves to death. Hey,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Right. And so yeah,
I think
I
every
feel cool
family
without
issues.
it. Yeah.
You what?
I said I feel cool without the bottle though. You know what I mean? It's like I don't really even need it no more. I mean, I don't even fiend for it. I could be around people who drinking and it don't even bother me. It just ain't my thing.
I mean,
Smoking
because
ain't my thing no more.
you actually going through life, being able to enjoy life a phase or in a cloud or and you know what's going on around you now.
Yeah.
Thing.
Well, you know what? Life is so much better sober. You dig what I'm saying? Because I had too many nights, Jody, where I was waking up and I was losing. Where I had to go back and I had to apologize to somebody for something. Something was missing. Money was missing. Dope was missing. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Now you don't know who was around you, who done stole from you. You dig what I'm saying? You got people around eating off your plate. You dig what I'm saying? And then as soon as you fall, everybody
yeah.
kick you in the face. But at the end of the day, when you I damn near felt like a Kale situation. Like you having money and you got all these friends, and then all of a sudden when you go down, you get kicked when you down. And so, one thing I told myself when I
Yeah.
came home is like, I'm not going back to him. You dig what I'm saying? He dead. You dig what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
dead. And so whatever I got to do to be a better father, a better son, a better brother, a better person for society, God, if you show me how to do it, I'll do it. You know what I mean? I'll walk in that way. And I'm not perfect. And it's not easy, but you know what? I feel so much
None of us
better.
perfect.
Right, right. But I'm just saying, I feel a whole lot better going this route than the other route I was going. It feels so good when you can ride down the
Oh
street
yeah.
and you ain't got to worry about the police. I could ride past the police and don't get scared. Don't wonder if they gonna turn around or like, damn, is that the
Oh
feds?
yeah.
Like, oh man, I got so much peace right now. It's like, sheesh. I'm telling you, man, life is good. Man, I can't I
House.
can't complain. Mm-hmm.
My house, and for a minute I was like, why sitting down? Thinking to myself, fool, you ain't down there. The day I'd have been
Yeah.
paranoid. I'd have been looking like,
Hell
what's
yeah.
going on? But I ain't doing
Right.
nothing wrong.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, man, for coming out and blessing. Hopefully, one day I'm gonna get a chance to get DJ on here and chop it up with him. And me and G Knight's gonna do something about generational wealth. And maybe I can get him to give like some business tips to like some young people because he's got a
Yeah.
lot of smart ideas. You dig what I'm saying? And so I'm just trying to encourage them as much as I can so they don't bump their head like we some of the things that we did. So I try to give it to him from the streets perspective and stuff like that. Nubia, she's a dog with the clothing. You dig what I'm saying?
She
She's
be doing
something
her
else with
thing
that sewing machine.
with the
Man, she's something
yeah.
else with the sewing machine. The little young one, she's a workaholic.
She
She
showed
stay
it.
working a
She
job
did for her.
for
Yeah.
for Wizzy. Yeah, everybody gonna get slapped for that
Oh,
one. That that
yeah.
that that dress right there is gonna get people slapped in the face. So yeah, I don't really like that dress.
Don't
So
steal.
right, where
She's
see-through
a
for your
very
little
girl.
sister. Yeah, no, her little sister looks up to her, and then she puts her in a dress like that's see-through. So when the slap fest start and I line everybody up and it goes down,
Beautiful
it's gonna really be serious D.
young lady.
Right, yeah.
You
I
got to
am.
know that you raised them in the right way.
Yeah, yeah. Nubia rough. Nubia like a can of nails, man. You dig what I'm saying? I gotta
I
be
wonder where
worried
she got
about
that
other people
from.
around her. Yeah, you dig what I'm saying? But super
She
duper
got
proud
it
of her
honestly.
and the young one. No, yeah, but you know what? Even my young daughter, she stay working a job. So none of my sons I only got one son, or none of my kids I could say is slack where they just, you know what I mean, just
Yeah.
freelancing and ain't working, ain't trying to get something. And so I'm proud about that, you know what I mean? Because at least
Yeah.
they got that in them. Don't be no bum out here. And so once again, man, thank you, man. God bless you. I love you. I wish the best for you and your
You as
dude.
well.
You know what I mean? Y'all look good too when y'all be out there dressed up and stuff like that. I seen a couple of videos with him dancing too. I didn't really think he was
He
cutting the rug right. Yeah.
he was
With the
probably
Dallas
drunk. He don't drink
drunk,
no
yeah,
more
with the
either. But
Dallas
every once in
Cowboys
a
fit on. With the Dallas Cowboys fit on. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all look good together, man. And I'm grateful that you happy, you know what I mean, that you stable and that man, we safe, that you know what I mean, we made it. We woke up and we still here.
for sure.
2023. You know?
Yeah.
Like man, like 24 years ago, we was something else, right?
A hot ass mess. A
Right.
hot.
Okay. Well, God bless you, man.
You let me tell you. 20. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So
Go ahead. You got it, man.
20 years about it, and you talk about how I married the plug. I remember we went to Indianapolis. Remember, I found the biggest baller I could find in Indiana.
Detroit. Yep.
No,
Was that to get me back? Was that to get
yeah,
me back from old
for
girl in
that was
Waterloo?
get back. That was that get
Yeah.
back, man.
Oh, we
Because
pulled up at
remember
the gas
the
station and you
dude?
jumped on the motorcycle with dude from Detroit and rolled out.
No,
Yeah.
he was
It
from down
stung a
here in
little.
Texas. He
It's
now he was
yeah,
a plug.
yeah, but it stung a
That
little bit. It stung a little bit. I try to play it off. I
yeah.
try to be hardcore. Like, damn, how we gonna come down here together and you jump on a motorcycle with another dude to roll out? Okay. Yeah, but it's cool. I was like,
But
I kind of
right,
thought it
and
was
then
about that Waterloo thing. I like,
it was,
that's probably like a get back.
it was
Okay.
definitely
But
was. And the
overall
crazy
though, you
thing
did
is, I ended up he flew me back out there, and I ended up staying in that for like a month.
for real with that dude?
The
Yeah.
dude, yeah, yeah.
I
The day I
told you
cut
you
up out,
messed my life up a little bit. I told you. You
listen. The
see what I'm
day
saying? That
I cut
behavior?
up out of there, I heard they came and kicked the door in, and dude ended up getting killed. So like I said, I thank the Lord I am now to
Wow, the
to
dude that you was on the motorcycle with got killed.
yeah. They came and left, or the day before, no, the day after I left, they kicked the door in and robbed him in the hotel.
Mm-mm-mm.
Crazy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is just
man.
young,
Well,
dumb, and doing stupid shit.
right. But like I said, God, thank God that we here. You got a whole family now.
I
You
thank
dig
the
what I'm saying?
Lord.
You
The
got
Lord
a covering. You got a
for my
covering. Your husband. You got a covering. You dig what I'm
yeah.
saying? And so you blessed. And so I'm on the same thing, grinding, trying to get it together and find somebody to cover. You dig? And hopefully,
Oh yeah.
take my position as a king with the queen. And you know what I
Hey,
mean?
it's all
That's
in
what life
God's
is about.
timing.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it's all
Timing.
about. You know what I mean? So we at the hour mark, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. Tell everybody I said what's up. Tell Tink I said what's up, man. I love him and I'm praying for him. You dig what I'm saying? And I love you too. And I'll holler at you in a minute.
All right.
God bless. All right.
You too. Bye.
Okay, so bare truth. Just in case y'all kind of missed out what she was saying, that's my baby mom, man. That's my son. And my son Dejan, he's got another guy's last name. So I was just trying to give y'all like a little backdrop of unplanned blessings. And sometimes, man, you might create a life and with somebody that you're not with, you know. And all of a sudden now you got this life on earth and you got to take care of this life. Jody was always good at helping me see my son and always letting me know and making sure that I knew that this is your son. And so, I dropped the ball a couple of times when it comes to like court situations and stuff like that. But she's truly an awesome person. And I just wanted to give her flowers and let her know, because back in the days, man, we used to hustle together. We used to get money together. And, thank God that, she done got herself together with, she married the plug. You dig what I'm saying? The guy we used to cop from. But meanwhile, they together, she's doing good. My son is thriving. He's doing good. He like about to be 30 in April, man. And I'm talking about this little dude is something else. And so no matter where your kids come from, no matter how they got here, one thing about it, God ain't let nobody come into this earth until he say so. And you ain't coming to nobody until God appoints you to them. So whoever your parents are, you don't get to choose them. God chose them. And whenever this kid came into the world, you don't get to say so. So many people is having sex every day, but you don't get pregnant until God say so. God is the author and the finisher of our faith. And so my son belongs to me. He's my son. God gave him to me, and I'm grateful for him. This is the bare truth. I love y'all. Peace.